The Phoenix Suns have a tough one tonight against the Portland Trailblazers, home of DeAndre Ayton, our old teammate, as Devin Booker and Kevin Durant tried to hold it down for the squad. I'm Curtis Jones, and welcome to Suns Digest. This is an unfortunate L. We'll get into that here in a little bit because if you're new here, or if you're a tenured watcher and you have not hit that subscribe button, hit the bell down there in the corner. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll keep you up to date. Me and Bruce will be here day in, day out with Phoenix Suns news. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm watching you. I'm watching you. But let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the game that we just had here. Portland Trailblazers versus the Phoenix Suns. It was a little bit of a scrap at moments, but it was tightly, I would say it was controlled by the Blazers majority of the game. DeAndre Ayton actually comes through with his season high. We'll have more on that here in a moment. But let's go ahead and look over at the score. It was 127 to 108. We're sitting at 25 and 23 as the Portland Trailblazers are 20 and 29. That poses the question, why do we have such a hard time against lower seeded teams? Obviously, the NBA is a matchup type game. They talk about a game of runs, right? Yeah, it's a game of runs whenever your teams line up against each other. But generally, it's a matchup type game, and I don't think we have what it takes to deal with the post presence of the Portland Trailblazers, which is actually funny to say because we got rid of DeAndre Ayton because he wasn't doing enough for us in the post, but he's definitely doing. He did what he was supposed to do tonight against us. Let's say that. Let's just say that. Because I don't want to say he's doing what he's supposed to do if they're 20 or 29, but he definitely showed up tonight and balled out. But, let's take a look over here at the – oh, there it is. Let's look at what happened in the breakdown of this game. Now, 84 shots put up for the Suns and only 38 hit. We shot 45% tonight, right? As the Blazers shot 51%. And then from three, we had 30.3 and 29% for the Blazers. Neither team shot exceptionally well from the three-point line, but they definitely got us on field goal percentage, period, right? More free throws for them also, even though the percentage is a little bit in our favor, they just got up a little bit more than us. So that's even more points to be had. They got us on the rebounding. They got us on the defensive rebounding, so they got second chance buckets. They got us in the assist category. They got us in blocks. They got us in steals. We had more turnovers. There's not a single category that we did better than them. If you sat and watched the game, the biggest factor, as I got here on this stat sheet, if you're following along with me, 66 points in the paint. 66 versus the 32 from the Phoenix Suns. If you've been watching me, if you've been paying attention to old Kurt, I've been talking about how we don't have enough of a scoring paint presence. Nick Richards has been a help, but we need more. I want a scoring big, one that can spread the floor, one that can hit 3 points. I've been saying it since they brought me on to the channel. Unfortunately, the Phoenix Suns have not been thinking that way. Now, maybe in these last few games after getting Nick Richards and having the issues we've been having with the Bradley Beal trade coming up on the deadline, we can't figure out what to do with him. Somewhere along the line, we need to realize that that's our issue. If we're in win-now mindset, that is our issue. We cannot get the stops in the paint, and we cannot get enough buckets. We have to change something in the post. That's honestly the only place where I feel like we falter. If we're gonna keep Grayson Allen, cool. That's our sharpshooter. If we're gonna keep Booker and Beal and Durant, that's fine. Those are walking buckets. Everybody's a walking bucket, but you can't really do much if the paint is clogged and they have no threat of the postman stepping out and hitting down a knockdown, a mid-range, knocking down a three. If they're just gonna be down there in the paint, they know that all we're gonna do is shoot mid-ranges and three-pointers with our main scoring players because we can't spread the floor. It's hard for us to get down there in that congested paint. That's why we got blocked 5 times. That's why we got ripped 11 times trying to get into the paint, trying to make passes because we're just too congested. We don't have enough ball movement. We don't have enough synergy with the squad that we have right now. But we can get into the stat lines and look at what everybody brought to the table here. Let's take a look over here at the Blazers first, right? DeAndre Ayton, this is his season high, 24 points on the night. Leading up to this, he had, I think, 3 22-point games. And he's also going to be coming away with 7 rebounds, 2 assists. DeAndre Ayton definitely played a very good game. He's actually the leading scorer. That's crazy, is it not? But that's the points in the paint, man. You come over here, it's Grant, Jeremiah Grant, Jeremy Grant. He's going to come around with 20 points also from the paint. We got Kamara, 18 points. That's another player that's playing down low. We're just getting torn to shreds. That's where we lost the game. All in all, they had a pretty large rotation, got a few people some minutes, but really it just comes down to us not being able to hold them down on that front court. Now, let's take a look over here at the Phoenix Suns. That is us right here. We're going to take a look. Kevin Durant, 22 points, only 1 rebound, and only 3 assists. Kevin Durant's actually been putting up very good assist numbers, so it kind of hurts me to see that he only put up 3 assists tonight. Ryan Dunn, very, very lackluster game in that 20-minute span. There's other stats we could look at from him, but, I mean, if we're looking at points, assists, and rebounds, I mean, got a little solid little something on the rebounds, but my God, you can't be out there that long and only give us 2 points. There's no way. Nick Richards, very, very lackluster on the scoring side of the ball. This guy dropped 1 point. That means he just hit one free throw for us, and then 10 rebounds. I am here for that. But the issue is, if you're going to be down there, I need more of what we got from him early on. That 19-rebound game with 20 points, we need some of that. A little bit more scrap down there in the paint. He's been getting into foul trouble a lot lately in these last few games, so it seems like teams just kind of know what to do with him early. Maybe he's just a little too aggressive, or maybe he's just alone down there, and he's just a target of attack, and he can't stay on the court long enough. It could be a multitude of a few different things, but Devin Booker, my boy, Mr. Snubbed himself. The poor guy doesn't make the All-Star game, but he puts up an All-Star performance tonight with 37 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Rebounds. I mean, was playing very, very well tonight. Devin Booker, man, I actually would have loved to see him in the All-Star game, but I mean, I've got to be honest. There are a few other candidates that were playing a little bit more efficient, a little bit more highlighty. You know, that's what they want. They want guys that are a little stylish out there. Look, we didn't even get Sabonis in the All-Star game, so it kind of makes sense that we don't see Booker. But still, I mean, beautiful, beautiful performance tonight. Wasn't enough to keep us in the game. I mean, even with 37 points, he had no one else really keeping him up there. We had 22 points from KD, but only 13 from Bradley Beal, and then everybody else is under double digits. Tyus Jones, 9 points, my brother. 2 assists is not going to cut it. If you're going to be the point guard, you have got to be facilitating a little bit more than this. 24 minutes out of him, also not too many minutes. Only 24 for Bradley Beal tonight, too, whereas we've been seeing him get upwards of 30 to 34 minutes a night. I mean, it just looks like all around a rough game. I know a lot of people's numbers got cut short because at the end, if you see Bol, Gillespie, Lee and company down there, they only get 5 minutes because at the end of the game, as we heard the announcer say, we threw in the towel. They threw this lineup in there when we were down 20 points with about 5:30 left on the clock, and these guys played out the rest of the game. Unfortunate that we didn't keep fighting. I feel like 5 minutes and 30 seconds left, even with a 20-point deficit. If you have confidence in your team and you're playing well enough, you could bring that back. But there was something seen by Budenholzer that this game was over with. People weren't playing with their heart, I guess. I felt like they weren't playing with their heart watching myself, and therefore we threw this lineup in there and just let them get some time, let our starters get some rest because we do have upcoming games coming up here soon. All in all, I'm going to say it like this. I'm disappointed in the boys. Very, very disappointed in the boys. The 20 and 29 Blazers should not have beat us in the fashion that they did. We should have been able to really hold our own against these guys, and they kind of stepped on our throats and never let go. I want to see better from us. We will be playing them again. So I want to see if we can step up and really show them what we're made of, because tonight we did not do such. And I wasn't a fan of it. But you know what I am a fan of? The talking point tomorrow. It's going to be Luka Doncic to the Lakers. I cannot believe that trade was made. But I do kind of understand it. If you want to know more about that, Make sure that you are subscribed and let us know in the comment section how you felt about this breakdown of this video. We'll be back tomorrow, me and Bruce, and we'll be breaking down that Luka to the Lakers trade, AD to the Mavericks, and talking a little bit more about how that may affect the Suns and what moves the Suns could have on the horizon and how that changes the league. Curtis Jones out, and go Phoenix Suns.